Hello, my name is Ken Miller, the host of the Hall of Fame podcast brought to you by One Truck America. This episode is on the trucking industry turmoil and closures for 2023. Welcome to the Hall of Fame. We have had a rough 2023 and 24, and I know I've gave you guys an update that I expected a recovery at the end of the second quarter, which is right now going into the third, and I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're looking to 2024 before we see a recovery in the industry. Like I said, this is the worst I've seen it in an extremely long time. Like I've been in this industry since 1999. And we've had slow parts. I remember after the market crash in the banks in '08, '09, we were slow for about 12 months. Then we had another slow period in the 2012s, 13s, but nothing to the sign of what we've seen here, which is going on close to a 2-year low in trucking. So I think that's caused a lot of people to go out of business. And I think I just wanted to give an update, just an update on my predictions where we still saw a recovery, and to tell you with one that was off, and also give you any other insights that's out there. Let's start with freight brokerages. C.H. Robinson just hit the news this week. C.H. Robinson laid off 80 of its 150 salespeople. That's a huge reduction for the largest brokerage in the U.S. Actually, I think it's the largest brokerage in the world. When you think about a reduction of that, you really understand what's going on. And at some point, at the highest point, they had 650 sales reps. So think about that. They're now down to 70 sales reps from 650. Now, since 2022, they have reduced about 2,400 people. And this is the largest, strongest brokerage. So obviously, you can see the impacts of the industry is definitely hitting the brokerages. I can tell you just from our end, even State Logistics, who was doing well in 2023, we have downsized a little in order to keep our costs as low as possible moving forward in order to deal with how long this downturn would be. So with that said, I just wanted to really cover to give you the understanding of what's really happening out there, because I don't think people understand the extent of what's happening. So let me just give you some stats. I'm going to give you a lot of stats because I think these stats are things that people are not aware of that will help you understand what's happening. Since 2023, 88,000 companies have ceased operation, along with 8,000 freight brokers, okay? So think about that. About 100,000 trucking type operations have closed since 2023. The demand is as low as it's been in years. And also, small carriers dominate 95% of the market. And the reason I want you to know that, and a small truck is operating 10 trucks or lower. So what people don't understand about our industry versus any other industry, 95% of the carriers are 95% of freight are ran by carriers with 10 trucks or less. So I think that's important. So these are small businesses, and small businesses are not as equipped as corporations to withstand the highs and the lows. When you've had a 2-year lows, those small mom and pop trucking companies, they just don't have the funds to survive. And banks right now are not giving loans for trucking on any nature for nothing. So you're not able to go to banks and get loans because they just believe it's a bad bet. And with 88,000 closures, what do you really expect? So I want to continue on some more stats, and yes, I couldn't memorize all the stats because there are just so many of them. But I wanted to clue you guys in on some major closures, because if you've been in this industry for a while, these names are going to ring out to you, because I can tell you, I've known all these companies and I've heard them, I've seen their trucks going down the road. Let's just start at the top. In 2023, we had Yellow Roadway closed. We also had Convoy closed. Yellow Roadway was one of I think they were the number three, third largest LTL carrier, and probably I think they were about $6 billion. Please don't quote me on that. But they were extremely large. I think Convoy was the digital brokerage. So they were bringing digital brokerage to the market, trying to replace the people. They had investors like Jeff Bezos. I think I talked about them in a previous podcast. They closed down. Matheson Trucking closed in December 2023, another large company. Surge Transportation, Elite Transit, Meadowlark Agency, been around for 40 years. TransPlus closed in 2023. Those are the ones, the major truck companies that closed in 2023. But let's keep on to 2024. Arnold Trucking Company. Arnold has been around for 92 years. I remember them because when I was in the Northeast working for a trucking company, we used to use Arnold. And Arnold, wow, talk about the amount of people they employed and what they meant for the state. Also, Tony's Express, flagship transport out of Miami, and many more. So the reason I wanted to cover that with you, and I'm not going to go into, I can go into some of the reasons why Yellow closed. There was a lot of legacy costs, things of that nature, and I can go into some of the reasons why Convoy closed. But there's a lot of detail there. But I've also wrote an article that's on One Truck America. That's onetruck.us. That will cover the detail of these closures if you want to dig deep into it. I don't want to bore some people that are not interested in all of those stats. So with that said, as we continue to move along, the truck market has not recovered. The truck market is not looking to recover anytime soon. And I don't believe you will have a recovery until 2024. So what does this mean? If you are a trucker, I'm sure by now you're extended. Most truckers are dipping into their savings, and most truckers are doing the best to stay in the game for as long as possible to wait out the low. I am pretty sure you're going to have to wait until you get into 2024 to see a recovery. And I think to see that robust freight economy that we are used to, I think you're probably going to see that in the end of 2025. So I may have said the beginning of 2024. I mean, the beginning of 2025 for a recovery, and then the end of 2025 before you see a strong bounce back recovery. So those are the topics I really wanted to cover. What I wanted to get across to you guys, I wanted to follow up on my forecast on the recovery and to show you that it will not recover in the second quarter. You're going to see the recovery in 2025, January, February, March, and then expect a robust truck-in by the end, what we would call surge of 2025. Hey, let me know if you have any questions about this. There's an article coming out. Please read it. I will try to post it when we post the video. Also, please give comments on exactly what you think the economy is coming back. If you want to challenge some of the times that I have out there, please do. But I'm looking forward to your comments, and I'm looking forward to your feedback. And remember, this will be posted on onetruck.us. It also is on SoundCloud, and it's also is on YouTube at the Hall of Fame Podcast. Thank you, and have a great day.